Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our current defense spending is about where it was at the very peak of the Reagan defense buildup after adjusting for inflation. It's about the same as the next 8 most powerful military forces on the planet combined, and 6 of those 8 are already our allies. Now, the President's proposed adding $54 billion to this. That's the equivalent of adding more than the entire military establishment of Great Britain to what we already have. Yet we're told, and I do not doubt, that much of our military force is ill-equipped and unready for combat. Well, if that's the case, it is not a fiscal problem, it is a management problem. We seem to care how much money is being spent, but not how it is being spent. That is a catastrophic failure of congressional oversight. In recent years, the Pentagon has warned that its infrastructure is 22% bigger than necessary. It's asked Congress for another round of base realignment and closure reviews. Just last month, Secretary Mattis urged resumption of BRAC. He believes it will save $2 billion a year, $20 billion over 10 years. That's enough money to buy 120 FA-18 Super Hornets or 300 more AH-64 Apache helicopters or 4 Virginia-class submarines if only Congress would get out of the way and allow unneeded bases to close or consolidate. The Pentagon has the authority to close or consolidate bases on foreign soil, but in the NDAA, Congress blocks its authority to close or consolidate unnecessary bases on our own soil. My amendment removes the NDAA's prohibition on this needed process and allows BRAC to move forward as our President has requested. His statement of administration policy on NDAA is crystal clear, quote, "While the bill contains many promising reforms, it fails to authorize a base realignment and closure round which would result in substantial recurring savings and allow DoD to align infrastructure with force reduction," end of quote. I've heard 3 objections. First, we're told the upfront costs of consolidation can be high, but the results are now in. The first 4 BRAC rounds are saving us $7 billion a year. Second, we're told local economies depend on these bases, but experience tells us that communities rapidly recover by freeing these assets for productive commercial use. Third, we're told to wait until we've finished expanding our forces. But the excess capacity estimate already assumes force expansion, and a new round of BRAC will only wring out a small portion of the overcapacity. When we squander billions of defense dollars keeping obsolete military bases open in order to satisfy congressional constituencies, we directly rob our military forces of the resources that we are constantly reminded that they desperately need. There's an old saying that you can't fill a broken bucket by pouring more water in it. At some point, you've got to fix the bucket. That's our responsibility. We need to take it more seriously, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman from California reserves.